How did I pull this one off? You're not going to believe how this battle ends. Sometimes in your quest to be the best, you need a little bit of luck on your side. Thank you for joining P1P in my quest to Master Ball rank for the first time in VGC Scarlet and Violet competitive battles. That's a mouthful. 6 new subs since the last video when we tore through Great Ball rank. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate y'all. So now you're up to speed on the goal. Let's dive right into these battles. This is a very standard Miraidon team that we're facing here in the Regulation G meta, and that's exactly what this team was built for. By the way, little lag there in the recording. I can't really fix that after the fact. Might have been an issue with the network or OBS, whatever. Alright, so we got the Whimsicott and the Miraidon. Very common lead for this team. As we've seen in the past, this is going to force them to Terra Fairy, and if it's the moveset that we anticipate, they will be locked into Dazzling Gleam. Gleam away, we're ready for this. Rhydon has the Lightning Rod ability and can absorb any of those electric attacks. Miraidon cannot switch out with the Volt Switch, so that puts us in a pretty good spot. Alright, so here comes the Terra. Gonna go ahead and speed that up a little bit with a nice little clockwipe transition. Yeah! They go for their Tailwind speed boost, but we're going to twist those dimensions around like MCU, Multiverse, Doctor Strange, whatever. And by that I mean Trick Room. Alright, so we should be able to eat this Dazzling Gleam. Lunala's got that Shadow Shield ability. Okay, so even though I'm pretty familiar with this team, right off the bat, there's a first mistake. I got a little greedy and I went for the Swords Dance. I forgot all about Whimsicott having the Encore. God, this Whimsicott's so annoying. Though in the meantime, we do have the upper hand now with the Trick Room set up, so Flappy Moonwings and the big guy get to go first. I do now wish that I had enough characters in the nickname to go back and name this Lunala Flappy Moonwings. So, you know, I'm over here like Mr. Big Shot. Yeah, I got my Swords Dance off. I'm going to hit you with the Rock Slide. Aw, shit. Then we get hit with the Encore. Pardon my language, but that's just plain annoying, sir. So, that's no good. We don't want Rhydon to be useless over there on the right, just clicking Swords Dance, unable to attack. But at the very least, it's staving off the electric attacks from the Miraidon. I'm sick of this Whimsicott, so we're going to go for a Moonblast on it. That does some pretty solid damage there. Lowers the special attack. And here we go with the Dazzling Gleam nonsense again. Okay, and we lost the Shadow Shield because Lunala's taken some damage already. Oh man, that really kind of hurts. Yikes. Okay, we got to pivot the strategy a little bit. Rhydon must be alive at all costs to deal with this Miraidon eventually in the battle. Had to check the status here for a second because we have a lot of effects on the field at the same time. There's Trick Room, Tailwind, Electric Terrain, and Encore all going on at once. So I panic, I'm running out of time, I switch in the Chi-Yu with 1 second left. I find myself doing that far too often. Let's fast forward here a little bit, get that little goldfish that could on the field. Chi-Yu just has an unbelievably max special attack stat, man. I think it comes to 435 or something like that. Unreal. Plus the ability that lowers the special defense of all other Pokemon on the field. Not bad for a little goldfish that can also spew Hellfire at will. So I do go for a wide guard here because Miraidon can't do anything else at the moment. So that keeps us safe for this turn. Let's see what little Whimsicott is going to do here. Endeavor is not going to affect the Lunala, so that's nice for us. Then Flappy Moonwing Lunala over here is just munching away at some leftovers, recovering some health. And so I'm going to go ahead and order the hit on the Whimsicott. I want it off the field, you understand? And we're just going to Moonblast it out of existence. Sorry, that was actually pretty dark. No ill will against the Whimsicott. I hope it's okay in the end. It's got a nice shiny form also, too, that's blue instead of green. So I am a little indecisive here with which move to go with Chi-Yu. It is choice carved, so you are locked into whichever move you select. I go with Snarl here to lower the special attack of both of these Pokemon, but in the moment I was not thinking straight. That was not a good move to go with. Reason being, we should anticipate that the Miraidon was going to be switched out since it was kind of walled, but ultimately I was not using Wide Guard and I did not want to take a Dazzling Gleam if they did stay in, so I figured with 2 special attackers out there I would just hit it with the Snarl. Truly devastating move in competitive battle. Highly recommend. Rest easily, little Whimsicott, you did your best. But now I'm a little worried we have an Iron Hands on the field here. Snarl's not going to do anything to it because it's also a physical attacker. But it doesn't even matter anyway. Can't even get a little bit of damage because the attack misses. Okay, so I put myself into somewhat of a bad situation here. It's going to be difficult to swap in the Rhydon, but that's the play that I'm going to be forced to make. And just hope that Iron Hands doesn't go with a powerful attack to try to take it out. Okay, so far, not feeling too great about this battle. Running out of time, the only move is to send in the Rhydon and hope for the best. We'll save Chi-Yu for later, and in comes our secret weapon versus Miraidon. So as of this battle, in the Ultra Ball tier, I'm sitting at a record of 22 wins, 13 losses, 35 games. But I'll tell you, Ultra Ball tier is tricky. People know what they're doing and the losses can pile up quick. Okay, so I think we get really lucky here and they try to fake us out, so Rhydon lives. So at least for one more turn, we have a guaranteed protect, so we can keep that Lightning Rod ability on the field. They go for the Volt Switch, but it's not going to work. Oh man, you need so many Protect TMs when you're building competitive teams. I wonder how many Scatterbugs and Lechonks have been slaughtered in the service of creating Protect TMs. Far too many on my save file, that's for sure. Okay, another yikes. Our dimensions have returned to normal. They have un-Doctor Stranged, un-MCU, multiversed. These two mons that I let off with are now back to their normal, slow-ass selves. Also, I just noticed something while I'm editing this video. I need help from the audience here. I cannot for the life of me understand why Rhydon did not flinch after that fake out. I don't think that it would have been the electric terrain. It doesn't have an ability that would prevent flinching. So I'm kind of at a loss there. So if you can let me know in the comments what the heck is going on, that would be a good lesson for me. Thought I missed something or was missing footage. I'm like, what the heck happened here? So in any event, I'll take it. We end up being able to run a Protect. They had just went for the Drain Punch, then they would have for sure KO'd the Chi-Yu or the Rhydon. But like I said at the beginning of the video, sometimes you need a little bit of luck on your side. So we are still in this battle. Rhydon is on the field. Rhydon is kept in check. Though I can't risk a double Protect with Rhydon failing, so I'm going to go ahead and switch it out with Chi-Yu. And let's see what our opponent has in store for us next. Okay, another gamble I took, but I had a feeling they may pull out the Rhydon one more time, so I figured the Rhydon pull on my side was a safe switch. Let's see what they got next. Urshifu, Dark. Okay, so a little bit of a sacrifice on our side of the field here. Chi-Yu's going to come in and take whatever attack the Iron Hands has in store for us. That Iron Hands is definitely the biggest threat right now to us, so we need to take that off the field. Bang! We take that Drain Punch, one hit KO. See you later, little goldfish. Little fire-spewing goldfish of death and despair. Okay, but at the end of the day, Rhydon is alive, clinging on for life with a mere 18 hit points. Lunala gets off the Trick Room, so we get the speed back on our side. Okay, I've been saving the Terra in this battle, but it's time to let it rip. This Iron Hands is a pain in the rear, and because it's probably got the Assault Vest for the extra special defense, we're going to have to go away and get all the firepower we can. Terra, Lunala, Moonblast, see if we can pick it up. Meanwhile, we've got Zapdos coming in that can help us out with the Urshifu on the other side of the field. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward that process a little bit for you. Some of the animations take a little bit of time in this game, especially like the little leftovers one after every turn. That's a little bit annoying that you have to sit through that every time. So here we go, ×2, fast forward. Flappy Moonwing, Terra, go! We are Terra Fairy on this Lunala. Also feeling good about throwing Zapdos in there because we do have a Focus Sash on it. It can take one hit. The Zapdos is definitely slower in the Trick Room, so it'll be able to get off at least one Brave Bird if we have to. Without Rhydon on the field, they cannot resist the Wild Charge. Thankfully for us, that gives a little recoil damage on the Iron Hands there, so it's maybe a little under half HP now. Hopefully this puts us in striking distance to just get it off the field, and then I think that puts us in pretty good shape to win this battle. Flappy Moonwings, go! Moonblast! Goodbye, Iron Hands, and your futuristic paradoxical nonsense. Let's see what Mr. Urshifu has going for him. A Wicked Blow to the Lunala, and it doesn't do much damage at all because we're Terra. And that was a critical too. Wow, that didn't do much of anything at all. So Zapdos is going to sacrifice itself as Brave Bird has recoil damage. And I find that's the case a lot with this Zapdos. It's a sacrificial lamb. Good Tailwind setter, and also that Brave Bird is just a KO machine versus those Rillabooms out there, the fighting types, the Urshifu there. So Zapdos has accomplished its goal on the field. So there you have it, folks. We are sitting pretty here. They are down to their Miraidon, who is now pinned, trapped, because Lunala can just keep hitting Wide Guard. The only move it's going to be able to hit is the Dazzling Gleam with Rhydon on the field with a Lightning Rod ability. So to our opponent, GG's. I notch another win in the Ultra Ball tier. But this journey isn't a linear path upward. It's a sine wave, a roller coaster of emotions, wins, losses. And I'll tell you, Ultra Ball rank was not kind to me. But if I have one piece of advice, it's that you gotta keep going forward. If you take a couple of bad losses, you gotta just put the controller down and walk away for a little while. Contemplate on your life. And come back to the battle arena with a fresh set of eyes, fresh mind. It's not all sunshine's victory and happiness. Fast forward a few games after this splash screen you're looking at right now, and we have to eat one of these. Not to mention one of these. I was within one victory of the Master Ball rank. to then drop down to the bottom of the Ultra Ball tier. Was feeling so good about being like 10 wins or so above 500 to now be 23 and 17. Life hits you hard and fast sometimes. Also, if you pause the video right then when she's about to throw the 2 Pokeballs out, she's holding a Master and Beast Ball at the same time, so it's like a Master Beast Ball. Pokemon Company, are you listening? We need a Master Beast Ball stat. Okay, so after taking my lumps, several losses in a row, and just feeling absolutely horrible, I'm not abandoning this team. They've gotten me this far, and I'll be damned if they're not going to get their Rank Master ribbons after all of this effort. So I walk away for a little while, slam my head into the wall a few times, and then come back to the pitch, to the arena. Sometimes when you watch your own battles back, you realize just how sloppy you play them. This is one of those battles. I wanted to showcase this one because, like in sports, a win is a win, no matter how you spin it. Very interesting lineup here. I was not entirely sure who to bring, so I went with my standard leadoff in this set, Lunala and Rhydon. I get a little greedy. I want Rhydon to be offensive in this matchup, so I go for a Swords Dance. Probably a bad play considering that they could just Spore this Rhydon. Then we're both sleeping. So we gotta shake off the sleep on Lunala. I'm gonna go ahead and go for a Protect with the Rhydon. Keep it safe from the sleep. There's also like a lot of poison shenanigans going on the other side of the field, so I am not going to try to deal with that. Thinking back, why did I even Terra the Rhydon anyway? I think probably because of the grass type moves. The Galarian Weezing is also a fairy type, so similar typings there. Just, I don't know. I was in a bad headspace, okay? Get off my case about it. So Protect was the right move there. We eat that Acid Spray, and Galarian Weezing, I don't think known for being a heavy hitter, is going to go for that Dazzling Gleam again, and Lunala will take some damage there. But we're in good shape, still in the green. Alright, we hit fast forward here through the turn selection because I take way too long doing that, and because according to YouTube, 99% of people watching these videos are not here at this point. So if you are, thanks for sticking around. 20 minutes is a long time when you're watching these battles. It's a lot. We all got things to do. But hey, if you enjoyed these battles, chilling with P1P, throw a sub. It would mean a lot to me. Appreciate you guys out there. Okay, so this lowers our special defense. They go for Dazzling Gleam, but Rhydon is going to take that hit. Eviolite Rhydon is amazing. Slam. We got the Swords Dance off. We execute with the high horsepower. Thank you. Here comes the fastest Pokemon in the game, Regieleki. Unbelievably fast, speed of light. But you know what? We're in good shape. We have Lightning Rod on our side of the field, and I'm not sure if they're aware of that at this point. Here comes the redirection. I'd like to redirect the Witness, Your Honor. I did decide to go with the Overheat with Chi-Yu. That does lower our special attack by 2 stages, just like a Draco Meteor. I probably should have went with the Heat Wave because we're locked into that move, but I needed this Toedscruel done. So we went with the Overkill. And we friggin' miss? Are you kidding me? Just put that in your memory bank for later, that miss there. Because I think what goes around comes around, especially when it comes to RNG. That boomerang has to come back to you at some point or another, right? So we're locked into Overheat because we're Choice Scarfed, so we're going to go ahead and just try to get the Toedscruel. I'm going to go ahead and protect the Rhydon, otherwise the Regieleki is going to be a threat. I can't risk it being taken out. I also don't know what other moves it has, so we need to be very careful here. What's awesome about this team is that this Rhydon just has to be on the field to curb some of these meta threats like Miraidon and also the Raging Bolts out there. And in this case, a Regieleki that I hadn't seen in any competitive battles yet. Okay, so we deal with the Toedscruel and all of its Spore, Rage Power nonsense. Let's see, who's coming in next? It's a Chi-Yu of their own. Now things are heating up, getting interesting. 2 very angry goldfish. Okay, so a few things happening over here. Chi-Yu's got to get out of there because we used Overheat and now our special attack is down 2 stages. Rhydon just protected it and needs to stay alive. So I think the only play here is for a double switch. Regieleki, thinking that Rhydon is on the field, is not going to use an electric type, so I think that Zapdos is going to be okay, and we also have the Focus Sash there, so this is going to work out, I think. And at some point, I need Lunala to wake the F up and wait out these sleep turns. So we're going to throw him out there and just let him rest. Okay, so Regieleki has a Terra Blast, which is going to be a normal type attack because it's not Terra'd right now. There, Chi-Yu is rolling with Heat Wave, which I should have probably done in the first place. But Zapdos survives by a sliver. A little bit of hope. Like I was getting at earlier, I wanted to showcase this game because sometimes against all odds, things work out for you. That's why after 4 losses in a row, just getting your ass handed to you, you can come back with the vengeance and claw your way up to the Master Ball rank. They're going for their Terra there. Not quite sure what they're going to have, but let's see what they do. Regieleki. The irony. Ice, slow, frozen in time in the moment, but also the most hyper-fast electric Pokemon in the game. You know I'm going to protect that Zapdos. We use Detect, and the RNG gods favor us because Lunala wakes up, and we are able to get off the wide guard against the Heat Wave. This game was starting to give me the confidence to build back up. You got greedy there, you wanted my Zapdos, but you're not going to get it. I'm a big fan of the Galarian birds, especially Galarian Moltres, one of my favorite Pokemon. Probably a top 5 for me. So I executed this turn and lucked out perfectly. You wide guard against the Heat Wave, and Zapdos detects against the single target Terra Blast to stay on the field. Up, 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 fast forward. We get it, you like your leftovers. Though I kind of panic a little bit, I'm running out of time again. I'm not sure what the best play here is, so I'm going to go back in with the Chi-Yu, and then I make a snap decision to go for the speed control. I click Trick Room with Lunala, that means we're going to take a Heat Wave, though Chi-Yu will be able to eat that up pretty handily. Then I take a breath and just figure out what I'm going to do next. Should set Lunala up pretty nicely to hit a Moonblast now that we lowered the special defense on their side. But, oh wow, look at that, we actually survived. Wow. Whew. Okay, things are just going my way here. But unfortunately, I do not get the Trick Room off, so that did not work out for me at all. But in comes Rhydon. I am running out of health points here. All across the board, things are starting to look bleak. I was just talking about this being a confidence game, a confidence win, but all HP bars are trending negatively. I'm really indecisive here. I really kind of want to go for the Snarl because he's got the 2 special attackers over there, but then I'm stuck into that move and it's not all that powerful, and we need to take the Regieleki out, especially if the Chi-Yu is able to take out my Rhydon, so I go with the Heat Wave of my own. That's it, Rhydon use Protect, that's our 1 turn, then it is vulnerable for an attack. So here we go, Chi-Yu, let that Heat Wave rip. Except we miss again! See, this is what I was saying, it's a roller coaster, up and down, luck in and against our favor. But that's okay if we miss the Chi-Yu because the Regieleki goes down in 1 shot. It's fast, but it's squishy. This is going to be a close call here, close game. So we have warring Heat Waves going on right now. I'm okay for this turn, but I'm starting to get a little bit stressed out over here. So it's a game of chip away. Zapdos is in the back clinging to dear life with 3 hit points, and I think that their Chi-Yu is going to outspeed it, and they have full health right now. This is not good. I was contemplating a switch out. What is the best thing to do here? I don't know. I have 1 second left, so I'm going to go with the Rock Slide. I just get it off. We can do a little bit of chip damage. Oh, okay, that was probably better than I thought. Like I said earlier, the Chi-Yu has a magnificent special attack stat, but with Rhydon vulnerable, we already use Protect. It just has to eat that Heat Wave, and it goes down. That's it. Dead to rights. A Chi-Yu that most likely outspeeds our Zapdos. 1 Heat Wave, and we are toast. So I'm getting ready to go back to that dent in the wall that I told you I was slamming my head into earlier, because this was just a bad skid of losses for me. But even in my aggravated state, I'm not going to cancel. I'm just going to go ahead and click the close combat. It's the last thing that I can do. I don't even know why I'm hesitating. I'm probably just glaring at the screen, nothing behind my eyes. But then, they miss. They miss the Heat Wave. Zapdos is free to launch a close combat and take it out. This is it. This is the win that I need to move forward to propel me to the Master Ball rank, to start that climb again. Oof. That was a close one. But Tabella, GG's. That was a really close game. Literally came down to that RNG coin flip at the end. So if you're still here, thanks for hanging around. I enjoy making these videos, but the job is not over yet. This team will make it to Master Ball rank. We're this close. But after playing a bunch of battles, I gotta take this break and sign off with a take it easy. See you later.